Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. As I was talking about the other day before the old digit got really sore and I just didn't want to turn wrenches anymore, I've got to take the ABS module out of here so that I can get, you know what, I need a flashlight. One sec. All right, as I was saying, I got to take the ABS module back out of here, which is why you saw me taking the wheels and tires off in the beginning of the video, because I'm gonna have to bleed the brakes again. To get to the power steering pulley, get that out of here. I got new belts on order because this thing has developed a belt squeak that is absolutely terrible. I'm pretty well sure it's coming from this pulley. When I start it up, if I spray a little bit of water across the grooves here, it shuts right up and goes away, and then it comes back louder. A couple other things. My line right here needs to get moved. That actually goes above the radiator hose. I got a new air cleaner to put onto the supercharger. I'm going to take the supercharger off, check all the bearings and pulleys and tensioner. That tensioner's been on there for several years, so if it's looking pretty worn, I'm going to go ahead and change that out. Might as well do it all at once and just get it done, so that's what I got going on here today. Alright, so we're getting the supercharger out. But I got to get the spacer out of my way so I can back off the belt tensioner. That's the adjustable belt tensioner on the A&A Corvette Supercharger mounting bracket. There's the standoff spacer. I put them right back onto the bolt so I know where each one goes, because they are all, although they're not different, well, they're not different lengths, they are different length bolts, and something you do need to be careful of, because if you put a wrong bolt in, you can actually run it through the case on the back side of your supercharger. ProCharger won't mind if you do that, but you may. Okay, that's your manual tensioner. That's the manual tensioner, and even that bearing is going to get all checked out. Boy, it seems really nice and tight. That one was done not too terribly long ago, so that one's probably okay, but it'll get cleaned up, it'll get checked out anyhow. I always like to put my bolts back. Right where they came from, takes all the guesswork out of it. And we're a little bit closer to getting this out of here. This is one of those different size bolts for the spacers. Oh, that does not want to come out easy. It's getting windy out here. Also, I had to lower the car down, make it a little easier to get to these. Because if I scratch the paint, I'm gonna have to pause the camera so I can express myself with some 4-letter words. Since we're keeping the channel pretty PG, it probably wouldn't work out so well. So, I figure I better just lower the car. Even though I do have to paint this car again. It'll probably be probably be the fourth time I've painted this car. All right, so this one right here is the last one that I have to take off. Oh, and that one's my favorite. Because one, can't really get the bolt all the way out. So the bolt stays behind. You take the spacer off, which is considerably smaller. And then you lift the car up, take the P-clamp off, lower the car back down, and we can get the supercharger out of here. All right, so down bottom, there's the P-clamp that we're trying to get to. I didn't put that in the best spot. That was the easiest that's ever come out of there.
So, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you at Treehouse next time. God bless you.
All right, let me mute the TV. Oh, that's not mute. That is. Sorry, watching a little Lake Life Family. If you haven't tuned into Lake Life Family on YouTube, awesome channel. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to check out on the supercharger is I'm going to check out the belt alignment on it. So we've broken out the drive alignment tool again. The Gates one isn't too terribly bad. Dayco makes a better one because they give you a target with it, which is really kind of nice. So anyhow, I'm going to use what I got. I'm going to get this set onto the very first pulley here, and hopefully you can see this. This should be lining up directly on top of this third groove right here, but unfortunately it's not. It's fallen in between the second and the third. And then I found, see that wobble? That's kind of telling me that that bearing is shot. So that could be a little bit of our belt alignment issue. Additionally, I say additionally a lot. There's, you probably can't hear it, but there's play in this tensioner pulley. So I'm going to replace the bearings in both of these. I'm not even going to chance it. I'm going to shim this out far enough that my alignment comes out just right, and that'll make sure that the supercharger is all good. No more problems with belts and what have you. And while it's out, I'm gonna change the oil in it because doing it in the car makes a big old mess. Okay, so I just pulled the belt out of the car. I want to show you guys something on here. This is a really good telltale sign that you have alignment issues, and I think it's probably coming from that tensioner in addition to the serpentine idler pulley down there and the bearings in them being a little loose. If you look down this belt, you'll see right here, really nice, clean and black. That's how they look new. Same thing up here, really nice, clean and black. Same thing here, but then you see the belt showing. and the belt showing, and the belt showing. Belt showing here, goes back to nice, clean, and black. Belt showing again, nice and black. Same thing on this side. Nice and black up here, belt showing all the way around here. That is a dead giveaway that this has a belt alignment issue. So just something to keep an eye out for. Additionally, if you got a belt squeak and it's driving you plumb crazy, don't try and reuse your belt. You really can't get the squeak out of them once they start squeaking. All right, so back over at the car. I still need to drain a little bit of antifreeze out of here so I can take that upper radiator hose off. I at least need to drop the surge tank completely so that it doesn't leak out when I take the upper radiator hose off to switch over that tube that's going the wrong direction. I'm still waiting on belts. They won't be here till Friday. And since I don't want brake fluid going all over the place, because I can't stand touching brake fluid, I hate it. I'm gonna leave the ABS module alone for right now, at least until my belts come in. And I'll do the pulley, the ABS module, all in the same day. I'll get it all cleaned up Friday, Saturday, and then hopefully Sunday, hitting the road in the C7 Z06 and getting out of this heat for a little bit. Again, thanks for tuning in. If you like the videos, give us a thumbs up. I had to show you all this as I was leaving the garage. Look at that sunset. You would almost think it would make it worth living 2 feet from hell and 100 miles from water.